take out this piece of paper and read this well-thought-out, very sincere speech that I'd written. But instead, I'm going to take out this other piece of paper and read the other sincere speech that I had written. And I kind of had a problem when I was volunteered to talk about Russ. I did fully volunteer. Now, because he's one of my best friends at UVM and in life. And the problem was that Russ is one of the funniest people I know. And how could I come up here and make crappy jokes that would ever do him justice? And that's the truth. And no, your jokes are hysterical. And I'm going to read this little excerpt now. When it comes to joke telling, a subject that I myself struggle in, there are several categories of humor. On one end of the comedy spectrum, there's goofy, stupid humor. On the opposite, there's the sophisticated, intelligent humor, and somewhere in between, well, there's Russ. From the first time I really talked to Russ, it was hard to tell where he was coming from. He is the master of taking things too far into the next level. Let me explain myself here. Everything Russ does is the thing that someone else would not have dared to do or say, or even thought about doing. He's a hyper, goofy personality who does the most unexpected things at the most random times. It's a fact that you truly never know what he's going to do next. For instance, we wake up for admitted students days, and yeah, the alumni still hate those. And, we get here at 7:30 a.m. on a Friday, and which is awful, the worst thing ever. But we do it, and well, it's hard to get ourselves psyched up, so we do some pretty strange things downstairs in the basement to get ourselves for that, all right? And so we do some pretty strange things, and a couple weeks ago we were doing little scenes from, as of course our resident theater major Colby was acted as director, and we all were working, and I was cameraman number 4, and it was a blast. And while we were waiting for Lynn to come down and invite us up, she calls us babies, I don't know about that. Anyway, yeah, baby guys. And so we come upstairs, we're doing our songs, we're introducing ourselves, and then, that's a very serious thing. The admission says, make sure that you say this, 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 and this. You can't talk about this or that, and if we do, they are on our asses, it's the worst. And out of the blue, it wasn't inappropriate in any way. Russ just decides for all of the new admitted students, and who were very confused, to do a little excerpt from the scene we'd been working on upstairs when we were introducing ourselves, and we didn't know what to do. And, Russ, do you want to share that, or? Okay, here we go. And, camera, boys. David, you got the camera going?
So, this is going to be quick, and you guys can just clap right when it's over.
Do something direct.
I'm sorry, I can't explain, but you need to trust me. We have to get out of here right now.
Russ introduces and says, yes, my name's Russell McHenry, and I'd like to do a little scene for you. And that was that. But, goofiness aside, Russ is balanced with an extreme intellect and very intense. Okay. The interjections, boys, this is long. Russ is extremely clever, intuitive, and smart, which makes his jokes the perfect combination of intelligent, insightful, and downright silly. And his mind processes things that are at an exceedingly rapid rate, allowing Russ to quickly say the thing that we all wish we could have come up with and ourselves. And many of the inside jokes in the group are because of Russ and his ability to laugh at life and recognize how crazy people are for taking life too seriously. And it is Russ's intuition as well that makes him such a good musician. And he's a beautiful jazz pianist. If you've seen recently, he was incredible. He's accomplished on many instruments, and of course, you're going to hear him sing more, and you have tonight already. And he's a music major, and as a minor, I had the privilege of taking 2 classes here at UVM with Russ. And I was very glad Russ was in those classes because we kept each other very focused. And the fact was he was focused on everything but the teacher and the lesson. And you know, between racy doodles, scout scratches, funny faces, and in-class snacks. Yep, exactly. Russ made the class very entertaining for me, and I probably wouldn't have gone if it wasn't for us. And you know, but besides all those shenanigans that we did, we both did well grade-wise. And in my case, it was because I studied my ass off and on my own time. And in Russ's case, it's because it was the sheer fact that his mind analyzes music so rapidly that studying wasn't necessary. It's true. He's very modest, too. And Russ, in general, outside of music, he's very mathematical in how he thinks, and he notices patterns and understands complexities with ease that others struggle to wrap their heads around. Leo made me feel like crap about 3 weeks ago, and he asked me this riddle that Leo's dad had told Leo. It was about, I'm not going to tell you the riddle now, but it's a good riddle, and it took me a while, but I eventually figured it out. He said, wow, and I'm very proud of you. Russ figured that out in about 30 seconds. It's just the case that he thinks outside the box all the time. He's, in his life, just will solve these problems, you know, without difficulty. And, you know, what's great about Russ is he really understands life, too. He knows that we should never take things too seriously, as I commented on before, and we should always live in the moment. The simplest things in life can be enjoyed. My favorite moments with Russ include a time in Miami when we were on Top Cat Spring Break last year, where David, Russ, and I, our spring break tour, and David, Russ, and I went and sat on the beach at 2 a.m. for about 3 hours. And we just talked. And he's extremely insightful, and that was, you know, everyone else was out shenanigans, stuff. Singing. Very excited. We were just hanging on the beach. And another time, Russ and I left a big party, and we went to his car, which was a block away, and we just listened to music for about 2 hours, just in the middle of a Saturday night. Which one? It was about 2 hours. And, you know, Russ is always there to hang out with you whenever you want to. I can talk to Russ about anything, and he recognizes things in people that, you know, others don't at first. My first night in the group, Russ, when the boys came and sang me in, Russ immediately put his arm around me, and I could tell that he already appreciated who I was, even though I had no idea who he was, and I didn't know his name. He just, hey man, and just like walked with me, and he already just appreciated who I was, and he knew the friendship that we would have just immediately. And, you know, time with Russ is special, and he really understands people, as I mentioned, making him the best person to talk to about anything. When I'm depressed, I talk to Russ. When I'm goofy, I talk to Russ. When I want to know about music, I talk to Russ, or just worldly things, I talk to Russ. He does seriously, but at the same time, laugh at himself, which a lot of people can't do. And that's something we should all strive to do. And, you know, I'm so happy for Russ's successes, and while I know he is ready to graduate, it would be a lie if I didn't say that I'm losing a best friend to the real world. From all of us, we will miss you, Russ, and we love you just how you are. Keep doing what you do, and maybe others could learn from you to find happiness in the moment in the same way that you have shown us. shoulder. And, or actually they're opposite, so if you go like this, are tattoos or something. And one is of a kraken and his is of a moose. And Russ's favorite animal is the moose. And he was considering getting a moose tattoo about a year and a half ago. And he's walking down Church Street and he happens to look over at this new establishment named Moose Tattoo. And he was like, no way. And this is just a sign that Russ had to go for it and get this tattoo. And I know this tattoo means a lot to him. It's beautiful. Show it. No, you can see it later. So in honor of Russ's living in the moment and of mooses all over the world, we bought Russ a moose hat.
First of all, that was very humbling. Thanks, man. And thanks, Leo, for giving that speech before. That was everything I wanted to say. Thanks, Owen, for that tag off for you. This is a really special day for me. I got my scuba certification this morning.